We now move on to the segment where we have the Governor of Rivers State as our guest, Right Honorable Chibuke Rotimi Amaechi. Good morning and welcome to Sunrise from your own city.
Thank you very much and welcome to Port Harcourt.
Yes, Alera and I were talking about the different names and titles that's been given Port Harcourt city, a garden city and so on, and the beauty of it and the aesthetics and the things that people see. How do you see the development since you became the governor?
You know, when we took over from the former governor of Rivers State, we met huge challenges. We agreed not to use the word difficulty. We said we would combat the word difficulty to challenges. We felt that the greatest challenge we had was the challenge of insecurity. And when we did an assessment of that challenge, we knew that the basic problem was unemployment and poverty. And if you then needed to deal with the issue of insecurity, then you need to deal with the issue of unemployment and poverty. And we tagged that unemployment and poverty, what we refer to it as social security. So we need to provide two kinds of security: physical policing and social policing. We then, having done that assessment, we also had to do an assessment of the Nigerian police. And we found that they were ill-trained, not properly equipped. We had to do that, and we had wonderful commissioners of police who worked with us then to ensure that Port Harcourt was recovered from the hands of the militants. The citizens had lost their voice. They couldn't speak because they were afraid that if they did, the militants would meet them. There are people parading themselves about here now as leaders of the state who were part of the militancy, and it was a very bad situation. So what did we do? We engaged in infrastructural development with roads like the road where this was a very narrow road. We had to expand it, put street light. In the process of expanding it, we employed workers. And that was engaging people, taking them away from militancy and robbery to where they can. And
so where would you say the state is now?
We've gone very far. In terms of insecurity, like you say, then we used to have about 15 to 16 kidnapping a day or in 2 days. Now you barely hear of it, if not for the current police challenge where the commissioner of police has become a politician and is participating in politics. We wouldn't have heard about the kidnap of Kati. We had also some equipment.
Your Excellency, may I ask, why would you say the police commissioner has become a politician?
He's a member of PDP on the other side. He parades openly.
Is he a card-carrying member of PDP?
He attends their meetings. I don't want us to go there. I don't want us to go there because we don't detract from the issue of development. Honestly.
And, okay,
I'm not joking about this. I'm serious, and I'm talking as not only the governor of Rivers State. I'm talking as the chairman of the Governors Forum, and I'm saying that the current. If you attend the meeting and you're told by listen, that the reason why we can't transfer him is that the opposition says we should transfer him, it means that he belongs to that party.
Okay. In the same party?
No. We are PDP of a different faction now.
The new PDP?
No, we're not the PDP. We are PDP.
NPDP?
No, that is not our name. Our name is PDP of Baraje's faction. That's what we are. But let's not go into politics. Let's deal with the issue of development.
Excellency, we have to talk politics as well.
But let's deal with the issue of development.
Before we go into politics, and we will go into politics.
But let's deal with the issue of development.
Yes, we will deal with the issue of development. But one of the things that we're quite excited about is the fact that Nigeria will be celebrating centenary next year.
But is celebrating centenary this year.
Yes, and that's why we're wanting to ask you, what are the things being done? How do you celebrate? And how do you see Port Harcourt 100 years ago and what it is today?
Port Harcourt was... Now Port Harcourt is trying to meet up the challenge of increase in population. There's huge rise in population. When we came there, a lot of people had left Port Harcourt. It was quite unsafe, so people had left. I usually quote Ajib. Ajib met me and said they have just 5 expatriates. That is no longer what it is now. Now, we dealt with the issue of education. We had to deal with the issue of having to meet with the local government councils and took over from them the responsibility of building and managing primary education. We give local government areas 2 billion naira every month. You can ask any chairman that you know. So we're not among those that you will hear that the management of their resources is done by another person. They manage their resources themselves. Now, so what do? We built we agreed to build 750 schools. We will commission 250 in October.
So of the 750, 250 have been commissioned.
Will be commissioned in October.
Will be commissioned
and we
in
are
October.
determined to commission the remaining 250 to make us 500 before the middle of next year, to get us 500. Now, most of them are ready, but you know, you need to furnish, you need to buy computers, you need to get people to teach. And I read somebody who said, "Oh, I'm building schools, I'm not employing teachers." We did an assessment of the teaching cadre in Rivers State and discovered that we needed about 91,000 teachers if we must meet our requirement. We've hired 13,000 teachers, an extra 1 billion naira on our wage bill. You know, when we came, wage bill was 2.5 billion. Wage bill now is 8.9. If you add the 1 billion we are going to pay the new teachers, the new 13,000 teachers, it becomes 9.9 billion that we pay per month. So it's huge on us.
I beg your pardon, Excellency. The new schools are, the first of the new sets of schools will be commissioned in October.
250.
Yeah, but something has been done about the educational system all the same. And I say this because last week we had the winners of the book club thing. 3 of them, 1 from Lagos State and 2 came from River State. So we asked them, what is it that is happening in schools in River State that produced 2 of you out of 3 as winners in this competition? So what is it that you're doing that is giving these children the quality of education, in spite of the fact that we scream that the quality of education in Nigeria has dropped? We still had a 12-year-old girl who wrote an essay that we were told was world-class.
I wish you could take a tour with us. What we did was, like I told you, I said we made an assessment of what we first said. Education in Rivers State has deteriorated so badly that people have abandoned public schools to poor men's children. So what did we do? Well, after the assessment, we discovered that we had to deal with 3 issues. First, quality of teachers. We have to train teachers. We got the British Council to help us train teachers. They in turn hired Cambridge to train our teachers, and they began the retraining of our teachers. When we finished that, well, it's ongoing. I won't say we finished, but having dealt with that, we went ahead to say, look, the quality of building, we began to rebuild schools. And when we say rebuild, not renovation. I have my friend who is busy making noise all over the country. We are not rebuilding. What I mean, we're not renovating. There are 1,300 schools that we met. No desk, no sanitary facilities, nothing, no offices for teachers. We brought, as we reach your school, we knock it down and we rebuild. And in the schools, we are building 14 classrooms, 16 toilets, and then you have auditorium, you have computer lab, you have library, then you have a sick bay, and then you have a reception class. We will not admit you to primary 1. We admit you first to reception class for 1 year, preparing you for primary 1. So you go from reception class to primary 1, and then proceed until you get to primary 6. Having done that, we look at the secondary school. Now we're beginning to build new secondary school that costs us 4.5 billion per school. We will commission 3 this year.
4.5 billion
per school.
For one school.
12
what
hostels,
is it you're putting in there?
12 hostels, 2 children per room, 1,050 children in a school. Teachers' quarters, all teachers must live on campus. Shops inside campus, no child is expected to go outside. 8 laboratories. 8.
Excellency, when you're talking about secondary schools, your mind immediately goes to dormitories.
Yeah, they have, no, not dormitories, they have rooms.
Not rooms with 2
No,
pupils
they have
per...
rooms with sanitary facilities inside your room, ensuite, with reading lights, reading table, reading desk, and wardrobe.
Isn't that a bit extravagant?
I don't think so. My children, when we were in the UK studying in secondary school, some lived alone in their room and they had all the facilities to themselves. If they could build that, why can't we build that here?